Hello and welcome to Learning with Liquor. Please join me as we discover new things and find creative ways to manufacture entertainment. On this podcast, we are going to explore any topic that arises. The sky is the limit, and there is no subject we won't explore. Here we go. What's up, dudes? And welcome back to Learning with Lickum again. I figured while I was making this coffee, I'd share another story with you that I had in my head. A lot of things happened over there on Route Michigan. That's the, main, highway or whatever through the country. At least where we were anyway, around Baghdad. But there's a government center. It was an outdoor thing. I mean, there's one building that had some indoor stuff, but most of it was outdoor. You'd walk up to like almost like a cubicle kind of thing, or almost like an outdoor farmer stand that you'd see in Coreyville, something like that, right? So we were inside of we had three trucks with three strikers with us, and the strikers parked outside of this place. There was a big stone parking lot, right? And then the road that we came off of, it wasn't Michigan there, it was something else, but there's a road outside here. It went this way, right? And this big building sat right here, and it was walled up and stuff, but all the way at the back end of that thing was a closed-in building. It might have been 2 floors or whatever, and that's where our commander or sergeant major or the LT or whoever always went to have meetings with sheikhs or government officials or whatever it was. And then the outside part was people. It was like a government gathering place, but they had different offices and stuff like that, but not offices like you're thinking here, but different. They were just like troughs, you know what I mean? There's a dude that sat at a thing here, and you went in, and I don't know, they had some kind of official, power to do whatever, or I don't even know what they were asking for most of the time. We were just there with the commander, but we were inside there one day. I remember we had not been in there long because I was actually standing out in the courtyard in the open part. And you just kind of keep an eye on things while the boss is in there doing his thing. But I was out there in the courtyard part, and this explosion went off. Big explosion. Shook the whole freaking complex. I mean, the walls shook, the building shook. You could feel all the air. If you're around something that blows up close enough to you, you can feel it draws in all the oxygen from all around you. So when it blew up, you could feel all the air leave your lungs. So it was pretty close to us, and it was a big explosion. So, sorry. Oh shit, that's hot. So we gather up some of the people. The commander came out of the building, of course, and we gather up our dudes that we had out there. The strikers were all out in the parking lot, and we go out the door, which the door was just like a big hallway. It was it had probably 30-foot tall walls with a roof on it, and it was probably, if I had to guess, maybe 30 yards long or something like that. So you went from inside the building that was open. I mean, it had walls and shit in there, but it was all open. Like, you could look right up at the sky. And so we went from inside the building into this little hallway, and if I had to say how wide it was, I don't know, it might have been 20 feet across, something like that, right? 30 yards long maybe, and it had a lid on it. So we walk out there, and here, as soon as you step outside the door, the street's right there, and on the left side is this big ball flame, and there's a couple vehicles right there on fire, and dead. A lot of dead stuff, right? Dead people. If there's chickens or anything anywhere near there, they're dead. Dogs are dead, whatever. So the trucks are over here on the right side, and they're only, man, they weren't far away. They weren't a half a football field away from there. So we go out and we look, and here's this minivan that's got like shrapnel holes all over the side of it. The door looked like it had, you know, blown a pretty good size in it. And then there's this little like sedan car. I don't know, like a Honda Accord or something. I don't know what it was, but something like that. And the hood is gone, and the engine's not in the car, right? The engine's actually sitting over here on the other side of the street in a big crater. So, you know, a lot of stuff got destroyed from that van. It was packed with, you know, an explosive, and BBs and nails and anything else that's metal that'll. So what we found out was this dude, I guess somebody, you know, they're always telling on us, right? That you can see them, they use pigeons and shit to signal when Americans, you know, or Allied forces are nearby somewhere, or cell phones, they use cell phones. So our strikers were parked in that parking lot, and somebody radioed whoever they radioed and said, hey, the Americans are at the government building. You know, while we were inside, the trucks stay out there with the guys that take care of the truck stuff. So somebody called and said these dudes are in there, and they packed this van full of this explosive and metal, you know, as much metal as they could get. And the road, like I said, went this way, went this direction, this way, went this way. And then there's a big stone parking lot over here, and that's where our striker sat. So this guy was coming down the road in this direction with this van packed full of explosives, and he tried to turn and go in there, but when he did, this other car came up and he hit the car, and when he hit the car, it blew up. Now, it sucks for those people, but it saved a lot of my friends' lives, because if that guy would have got over there, some of that metal that he had would have probably gone right through them strikers. But put up a big plume. So that's another one where we found a dude's leg. You know, again, this is stuff that we had to document it all. But I found a dude's leg after we were there for a half an hour. This freaking dog, German Shepherd kind of dog, comes running by, and he's got one of the people's top scalps, like from here up, in his mouth. He's carrying it like he's chewing on it. We found toes and, you know, a lot of different stuff in different places, but it was a rough day. Thankfully, no friendly forces were injured. Like I said, I can't imagine that whoever was driving that car lived through it. But just one more of those things. So, you know, another fun thing to learn with Lickum. But anyway, we'll get back on with another one. Sorry that one was a little shorter than usual, but sometimes I guess the excitement doesn't take as long. So, y'all have a good day, and I'll put another one out pretty soon. Learning with Lickum. Bye-bye.